didn't know? Your ass
better call somebody.
It's the Bat Fry, Kenny Fry, the showstopper, Heartbreak Kid, Dave Yarnall, and we are the Atomic Drop Podcast.
Yeah.
Good evening. I almost said good morning. Good evening, everybody. Saturday
What's going on, big man?
Night. I'm doing just fine. Just got home from Hershey a couple hours ago again. That's our weekly thing now, it seems like. I think we own a part of Hershey, it feels like sometimes. But ready to rock here, talk a little bit of wrestling, some professional wrestling. We got a couple comments already. How are you, Dave?
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Ready to rock and roll. We got Adam Glenn. He says, that's it, Adam E's for what's up.
What's going on, Adam?
Adam throwing a little bit of R-Truth on us. What's up?
What's up?
Hey, Eddie Prather checking in. What's up, buddy? Thank you for checking the show out. Thank you for the comment saying, yeah.
I say, yeah.
There we go. So, man, I'll tell you what. I just got done watching SmackDown, and I did not see it going that way. Did you?
I did not either. I have to be honest. I was a little confused on a couple of things. Wasn't sure about some stuff that I saw.
Well, we'll get to SmackDown. We're going to start off with Raw first, and then we'll hit SmackDown and talk about the confusion at the end. Because I'll tell you what, Dave, I was also a little bit perplexed as to how it ended. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll work our way, and we'll get there. We got Adam saying, "Did Paul comment?" Paul did not comment. If Paul comments, I will put it up. You are the first.
Nah, Paul's too busy watching UFC. He ain't comment on anything tonight.
Yeah, he's watching Patty Pimlet, I guess it is, right? Right, that's his name.
Yeah. He's got his chicken wings, and he's UFC in it all night.
Paul has chicken wings and rice. He's good to go.
Oh, he's a pig in a blanket, brother.
All right, so heading off to Raw there, buddy. Where do you want to start with Raw, man? I mean, it was an okay Raw.
It was an okay Raw, but my man Jey Uso started off, didn't he?
Yep. Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. It feels like we just did this a couple of weeks ago, no?
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
You do it again, and I think it was the same outcome. Drew McIntyre pinning Jey Uso 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. A little bit of shenanigans there. He took the old turnbuckle off and kind of distracted the referee, and then stuck his big old Scottish thumbs in Jay's eyes. But by any means necessary. You know what I mean?
But did you notice they brought back something that they said they were going to cut out, but they brought it back again? I was very surprised about it.
What was that?
The yeet.
Yeah, well, he got it back. He said he actually said, I don't know if it was this past Monday or what it was, but he says that I got it back. He said, I got my yeet back. So I'll tell you 100%, no joke. I hate it. I wish the yeet went away.
Oh wow, I kind of like it.
Oh, I can't stand it. The only good thing about the yeet is on SmackDown when Jimmy says yeet, he gets a look from Roman and he says no yeet, and so it's like, again, I'll talk about that when we get to it on SmackDown because I have some thoughts on Jimmy Uso and the Bloodline here now.
No, I mean I like it because the crowd gets into it. The crowd likes it too. So I don't see the problem with it. I just think
it sounds moronic. Eddie says, I thought it was Sammy 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was Sammy 2 weeks ago, but I could have swore he wrestled Jey Uso probably, looking 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Eddie, it was Sammy 2 weeks ago. You're right. That is correct on that.
It was Sammy 2 weeks ago.
It was. Yep.
This week, he wrestled Sammy the week before. He Sammy's knee up pretty good, and Sammy appears to be on the shelf. He'll be off TV for a little bit, it seems like. But I think either the week before or 2 weeks before that, Drew wrestled Jay.
Sammy's taking some time off. I think his knee's all messed up or something. I think that's what it is, from what I heard.
Adam says Drew stayed Jay triple threat. Okay, he's saying
Drew, Seth, Jay, a triple threat.
Seth, okay. I'm thinking Steph. Okay, Drew, Seth, and Jay triple threat at Rumble. I don't know. I just don't see it.
It's possible.
It is possible. I just so for the triple. No, I guess because they all want the title. Jay, he calls himself main event, even though he's not a main eventer. I guess. Yeah. So you know what? Adam, it's a good thought. I can see that as well.
No, Adam, I like that too. I can see that triple threat. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad match if you think about it.
Yeah. No, it would be a really good match. It's just you'd have a clear, two good guys versus one bad guy, and the two good guys really working together. But that happens every triple match. Either you have two bad guys versus a good guy, or two good guys versus a bad guy, and they're going to work together until they don't work together. So it's
Yeah.
Actually, that wouldn't be bad at all.
Not at all. Nope. Not at all. Actually, I wouldn't even know who would win that match, to be honest with you.
Seth would win that match. And
I think he would too, but you never know.
Seth would win that match. Here's what would happen. I think Drew would probably have Seth pinned. He'd have Seth down for the 1, 2, 3. Jay would break it up. Drew would be incensed. He gets knocked out for some reason, and Seth ends up rolling up Jay, and then Drew's even more pissed off at Jey Uso because he cost him another title around his waist. And so it's
just give Drew something more to be pissed about to Jay. I get it. I get it. Yeah, makes sense.
Paul says, "What's up, gentlemen? Just watched a UFC fight, and the dude knocked him out with one punch, and he started shaking and having a seizure in the octagon. Wow, Paul? Who got knocked out? Who was it? Was it the clown that was talking about the other guy's dad being dead, or I know that was kind of a big thing this week. I can't think of
Wow, he had a seizure. Wow, not good.
What the fella's name was. Eddie says, Paul. He said, Paul, what's up? There we go.
Eddie said, "What's up, Paul?"
So that Drew Jey Uso match, a really good match. It was a good match. I think they work well together. I can't stand Jey Uso on the mic, but I tell you what, he goes really good in the ring. He's very, very good in the ring.
Is it me, big man, or when you watch Jey Uso on the mic, it seems like he's really out of breath every time he talks?
That's what I mean. So he comes in, and I don't know if it's a nervousness. You know how sometimes you get nervous when you're doing something, you kind of breathe, you hyperventilate a little bit.
Right.
I don't know if it's that, because as a tag team, when he was a tag team with the Usos, they're not on the mic all that much. You know what I mean? They'll do backstage stuff, but normally you don't see them too much on the mic. And I was thinking the same exact thing. He came down, he did his promo on the mic, and I'm like, I get it. Okay, he just came in and stuff, but it wasn't that much where that much action where he should have been that much out of breath for being a.
Well, I think when you're in front of so many people and you're just like, your heart's probably rating a lot, and you're sitting there and you're trying to speak what you're saying, and you can't really understand a lot of times what he's saying.
Yeah, you watch any other performer that's good on the mic, I should say. Any other performer that's really good on the mic, they do their ring entrance, and some of it's high energy, sometimes it's low energy, but they're calm. They're still speaking. You don't hear them and then say a couple words. It's like, Jesus, Jay, take it easy, fella.
I saw that in Randy too the other day. I thought Randy did that too. I wasn't.
The thing with Randy is just coming back. Yeah, you're like an adrenaline type dump. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get all kind of pumped up a little bit. I would expect that from Randy, like in a couple of weeks, not to happen. So.
Right, I agree. But no, I see what you're saying. But I thought Jay was okay. I mean, sometimes he talks so fast you can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then he drops the mic. He's all pumped up, ready to roll.
Paul mentioned about the UFC fight. It was Bryce Mitchell versus Josh Emmett, and the guys that I was thinking of was Colby Covington. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name.
Colby Covington.
Talking about Leon Edwards' dad being dead and in hell and stuff like that. So that's kind of interesting. That's an interesting way to go about pissing somebody off, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. Yep.
Adam wants Paul to know that he was the first comment. There we go. Now he knows.
Adam wins tonight.
And so Drew versus back to Drew versus Jay at the end of the match there. So Drew gets the win. Raking the eyes.
What was it with that eye thing that he did? I didn't understand that.
It just kind of stuck.
A cheesy way to win the match.
It just kind of stuck his thumbs in his eyes, and gave I don't want to say shades of Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper was not just with it.
I was just thinking the same thing. Shades of Piper. Yep.
It is what it is. And I liked it. Drew's a heel now. You know what I mean? Do heel things. You know what I mean? If that means sticking your thumbs in the eyes of the other opponent while the referee's putting the turnbuckle back together, which seems to be a move that the heels are going for more and more the last few weeks, is taking the turnbuckle off, and the referee's trying to put it back on, and as the referee's distracted with that, doing something else. I think the Miz did that. And the Miz is being whatever he is now, heel face. He did that against Gunther at the pay-per-view. What the hell was it? Survivor Series.
Yeah, Survivor Series. Yep.
He took the turnbuckle off. The referee was distracted, and I think that's when he got Gunther in the twig and berries, the man area.
I got you. No, but I don't know. It just seems to be like Drew. I mean, Drew's really being hated big time. I mean, he's playing the role very well. Don't get me wrong, which is fine. That's okay. But what a jealous little guy. What a jealous dude.
What do you mean jealous? He's
jealous.
The person would want the same exact thing he would want. So if somebody came up to you, you had the winning lottery ticket for let's say $1 million. Somebody came up to you and took that lottery ticket and ripped it up and threw it away. You'd be pissed. You'd want revenge, right? You'd want your
I see your
person to get what they deserve. Well, that's what the bloodline did
to you jealous bitch. Come on.
That's what the bloodline did to Drew. His lottery ticket, his championship, the bloodline just stepped on it, took it from him, ripped it up, threw it in his face time and time again. And the main event at WrestleMania, that they took it from him. Now it wasn't Jey Uso, it was Solo, but anybody in the bloodline.
Right.
They were doing it to everybody. They were doing it to Drew leading up to WrestleMania, and they did it to him. They screwed him over at WrestleMania. So I think they're getting what they deserve. I feel Sami Zayn, he was a part of it. He gets what he deserves. Jey Uso, he gets what he deserves. And I would hope that Drew would find his way to SmackDown. That's what I would hope. Kick the Yeets, out of Jimmy and Jay, and head on over to Roman.
Man, you're just siding with Drew, aren't you, big man? I'm not a fan of this. I'm just not.
Any person can relate to what Drew's going through.
No. Get in the back of the line, Drew. You had your shot.
Hey, what's up, John Rossi? John Rossi checking in on the show on the old Twitter box, X as they call it now, I guess. It says joined. Thanks for checking the show out. Thank you for coming.
What's up, John? Thanks for checking in, baby. We appreciate it.
Adam says Paul did challenge me, I guess, for the first comment. And Adam, you beat him by a lot. You beat him by a few.
Paul did challenge you? Wow, Adam. Wow. Good. How dare him?
So another match. So Judgment Day's having their issues in the back. You see that coming up. People are disrespecting the Judgment Day. You have R-Truth coming into their clubhouse, whatever the hell that is. I like why are they calling it a clubhouse? Why not call it like an or like their dungeon or something dark and gloomy?
Come on, big man, you gotta love Truth. Everybody loves Truth. Come on now.
I love Truth. Truth is hilarious. I like
Truth's the best.
So they talk about the clubhouse. I think of like Pee Wee Herman. I think Bart Simpson, his treehouse. I think clubhouse there. The Judgment Day. Call it something dark and gloomy. Call it a cave, a cavern, something. I don't know. Call it a bar or something. Throw some bottles in the back. I don't know. They call it a clubhouse. Continuously calling it a clubhouse. But anyway. So Rhea, Damian Priest kind of lays into the group, lays into Rhea. Rhea lays into Damian Priest, and she said, "I'm going to show you that people that I'm taking over my division." Reminding my division, who's in charge here. She goes out there against Maxine Dupree, who should not be allowed to wrestle. I mean, Dave, did you watch that match?
I did see the match, and Maxine Dupree to me looks scared as hell.
Well, Eddie Prather says Drew needs to go find Jinder and Heath. Yeah, there we go.
Three-man band. I love it, Eddie. I love it.
Well, I think that's what Drew's saying when he goes to do his the Claymore. He gets in the corner, goes 3, 2, 1. I think he's calling out the old three-man band.
We're a three-man band.
Maxine Dupree actually wrestling just looks so awful. I mean, even they mentioned it on commentary how she's only had one singles match and she's only ever been in 6 matches total. I was going to say she hasn't been in many matches. How could you sit there and tell me she's awful? She hasn't. I mean, she's going against Rhea Ripley, the champion. What did you expect the match was going to be? So just talking, not her getting squashed by Rhea, just talking like the way she performed. All right. So Rhea goes to power bomber, and it looks like she's sandbagging her almost, like she cannot get up for the power bomb. And when she goes for Rhea's riptide, same thing. Like she's not getting the height on it because it seems like Maxine cannot get up for it, and it makes everything look awful. It makes it look bad. It makes the product look bad. And I'm not saying Maxine looked scared or anything. I'm just saying she didn't look like she knew what she was doing in there. She looked like she was too green to be in that spot to begin with. That should have been somebody else. That if you want Rhea to have a squash match, I'm fine with that. You want somebody to job to her, I'm fine with that. But at least make it look halfway decent. Where Maxine was there, it didn't look good at all.
There was one part of the match where Maxine actually did a little offense, not much, but a little.
The face was the only thing that looked somewhat decent, and but it's just. Did you understand where I'm coming from there? Like
I do. I understand. I see your point. If I'm
a casual fan, if I'm just like some ordinary Joe and I turn this on, I want to watch, let's see what this wrestling's about. When I turn it on, that exact moment where Rhea's wrestling Maxine, like, okay, we got a couple chicks. We got a goth chick, super hot. I'm into that. Yeah. Oh, Maxine Dupree. All right. Look at this. Pretty blonde. Okay. Let's see what they got to do. They look like they could be amazing athletes. And then you watch it and like, this is a joke. This has to be, I mean, it just doesn't look good.
Okay, so we'll agree it wasn't the best squash match. We'll put it that way.
Very sloppy.
Yes.
Like I think what they should have just did, go out there, have her slap Rhea, and just have Rhea, clothesline her, 2 times, and then put her in whatever the hell that move was that she finished her off with. Look, absolutely. It
wasn't Riptide.
No, what I don't know. It was like some sort of like
kind of like a pop, like kind of like a
I can't remember what they called it. It was like a reverse
reverse
sharpshooter.
Yes, reverse sharpshooter. Yes,
or like a reverse Texas cloverleaf or something like that. It was really neat looking. I've seen her use it before, but they mentioned what it was. I can't remember. I can't think off the top of my head what they called it. But the most interesting part of that match was Ivy Nile being at ringside, and then getting
you said you were a fan of her.
I like Ivy Nile. I think she looks like she could be really, really good. She's a ball of muscle. She looks like she could be super athletic. We've seen her perform in the.
Hey, before you go there, I think was it called Prism Trap? Is that right?
What's that?
Prism Trap, I think it was called.
It could be. I have no idea.
Okay.
You could be right. I can't even.
I think it's called Prism Trap. That's what she did to her. But go ahead. You're talking about Ivy Nile?
So she gets in the ring to kind of protect Maxine Dupree a little bit, and she kind of stands up to Rhea. I thought that was fantastic. I'd like to see that match. We've seen Ivy Nile in a battle royal.
Right.
That's the only time I could think of that we've seen Ivy Nile wrestle, and she looked really, really good in the battle royal. She looked good.
Were you surprised that Rhea actually backed off? I mean, she got out of there, took the title, and went.
Yeah, I didn't expect Rhea to fight her right there, or wrestle her right there. Rhea accomplished what she wanted. She put the whole division on notice again. Let them know in charge by squashing Maxine Dupree, and Ivy Nile kind of let her know, hey, I'm here. Get ready. I'm coming for you. And Rhea's kind of like, oh, I'm scared,
Yeah, well, like you said, Ivy Nile's not bad, man. She could give Rhea a run. I don't know.
I want to see more of Ivy Nile wrestling a singles match. I want to see more of her out there, singles match. See what she see what she has, and see what she can do. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll see her tag with Maxine Dupree, because it seems like that whole backstage thing that we got going on with Alpha Academy, the Creed brothers, occasionally New Day, and R-Truth every once in a while, apparently too. So R-Truth came through.
He just sticks his nose in where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, so that's what it seems like they're going to do with R-Truth, is just use him for his comedy, which is so good anyway. And because I don't know.
Yeah, Dutchman did him wrong.
I assume sooner or later he's going to have a match, but it seems like everything has been backstage, comedy, out in the ring comedy, but nothing really real, like a real match yet, unless he's doing like dark matches that we don't see live. So.
I like the fact when Truth came out, he was wearing a Raw shirt. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. I was saying, like, it would have been. So he's saying he's a part of the Judgment Day. He's going to go decorate their their clubhouse with the Christmas lights. And so he comes out to the ring then after Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dirty Dom, and JD are out the ring. He comes out with the roll, just like I would. I hang my lights on that. They have the green roll. The lights are on the green roll. He comes out with the roll. He's like, hey, the clubhouse is locked, the front door and the back door. He's like, what's up? And, JD's all pissed off. And he's like, I have a couple ideas, how to make the Judgment Day better. And he said the first thing was to kick JD out. I thought
kick JD out. That was great.
I busted out laughing. I thought it was so funny. And then, told Damian Priest to stop being the boss because it makes mommy upset. And so I thought that was funny. But when he said about JD, and then JD started flipping out, but then they started stomping R-Truth. And so the next opponents for the tag team championship are the Creed brothers. So they come out there and they help Truth.
Yeah, thank God for the Creed brothers.
So it seems like they're the heroes of the show there as they come out there. Are you ready?
Did they do it twice that night?
Yeah, they came out to help
Randy, wasn't it?
And then no, not Randy, Cody.
I meant Cody. Sorry, that's what I meant. Cody. Yes.
Which
I meant Cody.
I don't know why they're doing that, but he did. So it is what it is. Are you excited for that match, Judgment Day versus the Creed brothers tag team?
I kind of am. The Creed brothers are on a roll right now, big man. I think we might see it. I'm not saying Judgment Day's gonna lose the titles, but you never know.
Oh, I think we will. I feel like the Creed brothers are going to be the champions.
They're hot.
I dig them. I like them.
Well, didn't we say last week or one of the shows? I think it was last week or the week before. We said the Creed brothers remind us a lot of the Steiners.
Yes, well, we did, and that's what I was going to bring up again. Yeah, they just remind you of the old school Steiners, where you had Scotty, the slender, more athletic one. Than you had Rick Steiner as your bulldog type. They called him the dog face gremlin as your powerhouse, your bulldog type, but still super athletic. And the Creed brothers are almost like an exact replica, if you ask me. I mean, yeah. I can't think of their names right now, but the skinnier one, he's not quite as big as what Scott Steiner was back then, but he has decent power to him, a bit of size, and it's like Steiner Brothers 2.0.
It really is. When you think about it, it really is. But I like where they're going with it. I love what they're going with because the Creed brothers, like I said, they're on roll, man. They're hot right now.
And I'm telling you, I'm going to go to my deathbed saying this. They got to split those titles up. There should be a tag team championship on Raw. There should be a tag team championship on SmackDown. We have a world title on Raw. We have a heavyweight championship, WWE heavyweight champion on SmackDown. Why are we not splitting up these titles? I don't understand. I
don't know. I can't figure it out either, but maybe they will. Who knows? Maybe they will have to Rumble. Anything's possible.
I don't know. You just never see the challenge. Like, okay, this is just for the Raw championships. This is just for the SmackDown. I don't understand why it has to be universal. Why it has to be a combined title. And they're carrying all four belts. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm lost.
Uh-oh. Sean, check it in.
Sean says, holy shit. He almost almost forgot. And trying to order pizza. There you go. Hiff.
I'm guessing Sean's watching UFC and he's ordering pizza. Maybe I'm wrong.
Sean is not watching UFC. He's not a UFC guy.
Okay, I'm just trying to. I don't know.
I guarantee you, he's watching football now.
Okay.
So I don't know if Sean worked this weekend. Is
that game over? Detroit game?
I don't know. I don't want to say what the score is in case Sean. Oh no, he's watching NBA.
Oh, NBA. Okay.
NBA and NFL. His comments are coming in fast and heavy here. I can't get him up fast enough until he's.
Sean's all over it.
He says hi. He says,
"What's up, Sean? Thanks for checking in, baby."
Thanks, HBK. He says, "Holy crap! I can't too fast. I can't even do it. I can't. By the time I click it, 3 comments are coming through with him. There we go.
He's on fire.
He says, Kenny, I love you. Sean,
he's like, he loves you, big man.
Love you too, fella. He's furiousy. He's furiousy right now. All right.
Sean's all over it tonight.
Hey, he's all over it. So we also had Cody versus Nakamura as your main event for Raw.
Yeah, we did.
So here's I didn't think that this was going to be a clean finish. I didn't think, I feel like there's a whole lot more to the story. So when they had the main event in Raw was Nakamura Cody, I'm thinking it's not going to end here. It's going to continue. So I wasn't too surprised how at the end of the match how it finished with Nakamura spitting his poison mist in Cody's face, and the referee calling for the bell there. So this isn't going to continue for a little while yet. I don't know if it's going to continue to Royal Rumble. What do you think?
I think it will. I think it goes to the Royal Rumble.
You think they have a match?
Yes, I think at the Rumble it's going to be. I think Nakamura and Cody will have a match at the Rumble. I do.
So you don't think either of those guys will be in the Royal Rumble then?
Well, Cody actually entered the Royal Rumble. So
you see what I'm saying now? Like sometimes guys will have a match and still enter the Royal Rumble.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking.
You don't see that often, though. Like the last person I can remember was Brock Lesnar, but I'm sure it's happened since then. But I remember Brock Lesnar having a match. I think he lost the match, and then he entered the Royal Rumble and won the Rumble, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Brock. Now that you mentioned that, it's possible. I mean, they could. I think who knows? Maybe they'll continue it. But this Miss thing with Nakamura, who does it remind you of?
There was a guy back not too long ago that used to do that. I could picture him, but I can't think of his name. It was a Japanese wrestler, short hair, beard. He used to sit down all the time. The great
Muta.
Okay, that's not who I was thinking of, but that's it. That's a little bit more old school, right?
That's where I was going with it. Yes.
But there was a lot just not that long ago. I can't think of what his name is. He used to spit the mist as well. He used to spit. It wasn't Tajiri, was it? No.
Tajiri?
I don't think it was Tajiri. I don't know. I can't remember who it was.
No, it wasn't Tajiri.
He used to spit a green mist, and it was kind of funny because he was always kind of slinking around. He was a main event player as well. But I like the mist spitting. I like the mist spitting. I like when Io Sky does it. I like when Nakamura does it because it does call back. So, like you said,
didn't Asuka did it a couple times too?
Asuka, that's what I'm thinking of. Asuka, not Io Sky. Asuka.
Yeah, just say Asuka did it.
Yeah, it calls back to their Japanese roots. You know what I mean? It really does. That's what you think of when you think of somebody spitting mist in somebody else's face. You think of the Japanese wrestlers. You know what I mean?
This is true.
It's I like that. It calls back to that. And I think it's fun. It's a lot of fun because you don't see it coming, and it makes you like I always think because whenever you watch Asuka do it, she does this thing where her tongue is just going everywhere.
Well, it's funny how Asuka's blue and Nakamura's red.
I didn't think of that. Yeah, there you go. I didn't think of that at all. Yeah, but so like Asuka when she does it, her eyes get real big and like she's going like that the rest of the time. It's like. Does it taste bad or what is she doing? Like she's showing us that she got a blue tongue. Like my son when he gets a blow pop or whatever, or some sort of lollipop.
It's like water ice.
Yeah, and that like water ice or we call it Italian ice where I'm at. I guess that's probably not politically correct anymore. I don't know.
Like you hit cherry water ice, blueberry water ice, your tongue turns blue.
Yeah, like a little kid would show everybody. That kind of reminds me what I. My taste better, and I also wonder, like, so what is like? Is it I assume it's like some sort of capsule.
I think it's a capsule. Yeah, it's a cap.
What do you do with it? Like they can't have it in their mouth the whole time because
they
bite it prematurely. Then I have a mouthful of crap in their mouth. Waiting to spit it. That's my first thought. Like, where do they get it from? And my second thought is, how about the person that has to take that in their face?
Oh, God forbid!
Spit and crap. And like their mouth is open, so they're getting some in there. So you figure Cody's now like mouth kissing Nakamura. Might as well.
That's gross.
That's my other thought. Like, oh man, that's terrible.
But I could see it, but like he's so close to him. Like if it was from a distance, I can understand it. But it's like he's right next to him, and it's got to be nasty.
So they showed the slow-mo replay of Nakamura spitting that, and because I was just rewatching Raw and SmackDown, and when Nakamura spits it like it's a slow-mo, and Cody like this, it's just all over his like that's in his mouth. It's in his mouth. Does it
to me?
I don't know.
It kind of looks like Superman breathing breath when he's doing the cold air,
Kinda.
Like, if you remember Superman 2 when he's sitting there, he's blowing all the air out, and he's freezing everybody up.
And as a Batman fan, I can tell you Superman does blow. So, Adam,
Are you dogging on the Man of Steel, big man? How dare you do that?
one for the bat. Adam Glenn says, Ken, Sean might be under the influence. Sean might be under the influence. We were watching football all day. So there you go. Sean might be under the influence.
Okay. Watching football all day.
He's going to Sean's sobriety here. Sean says new Mortal Kombat. So that
were some good games today. To be honest, I saw that first game was really good, but other than that, I thought it was
he said
the Cincinnati game was really good today. I enjoyed that.
I didn't watch any football today.
Oh, you missed some good football. You did. Cincinnati, Minnesota was a good game. It was good.
I don't know what Sean's talking. He's talking about
Scorpion. Mortal Kombat.
I guess one of the Mortal Kombat guys spit. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
We'd have to ask the joystick junkie guys about that one.
Yeah, talk to those guys.
We also had so the Cody match. Nakamura he started stomping Cody after he spit in his face, and again we had the Creed brothers come out there and rescue Cody. I'm not sure what that was all like why Cody, you know what I mean? Like I didn't understand the whole why those two guys came out and rescued Cody. I don't know.
Well, I mean, why not? I mean, like you said earlier in the show, you said they're superheroes. They're coming out and helping them. So,
I mean, like usually there's some sort of connection. They usually just don't go out of their way.
It doesn't have to be a connection. I've seen it before. Where how many times did we see Hogan go down and people actually came out and helped him? So,
help to Hogan?
Yeah. There were times where Hogan's been down and people came in there and helped him out.
No, you're right. I guess, but like it's the Creed brothers too, though. It's not.
I mean, tag team. But I think the one time Hogan went down, the Killer Bees came out and helped him out the one time. So I mean, what did the Killer Bees have to do with Hogan?
Those yellow shorts, they thought it was honey. They're coming out. All right, sweet. They got some honey down there. That's
what I'm saying. Like it does happen from time to time. Yeah, Cody needed help. They came out, helped him out. I don't see a problem with it.
Well, no, I don't see a problem with it. It just didn't make sense to me. For me, it's like, why are the Creed brothers coming out? Do they have an issue with Nakamura?
Hey,
do they owe Cody? Does them and Cody have some backstory?
Maybe they owe him. Maybe they owe him. I don't know.
I don't recall a time recently. Maybe there was where there was an interaction between Cody and the Creed brothers. Maybe there was. I just can't think.
There could have been. We didn't see it. Possibility.
So, or we did see it. We can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Okay. But credit the Creed brothers for coming out and helping Cody because they did, man. Cody was in trouble.
So Eddie, brings up a good point. To bring them in a situation with Cody helps put the Creeds over. So yeah, Cody's super over with everybody. Cody's the top, face in the company. So if you have the Creeds go out there and help Cody, that kind of puts the Creeds up there with Cody, gets them the recognition, gets them over a little bit more than what they already are.
Creed brothers they're putting themselves out there, like you said. They're putting them, trying to,
I mean, but now you make it
get noticed.
You make an enemy with Nakamura.
Screw Nakamura. No, I get it. I see what you're saying, but no. Credit to Creed brothers for helping out Cody, which was good. And it was a good ending. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it. I liked it as well. And like it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't have a problem with the Creed brothers coming out. It's that first. I'm like, why? Why are they out there? Like what?
Right.
We also had Bronson Reed, big, but we got a big versus Ivar. That was a pretty good match. I like those two guys working together because they're both really big. They're the same size almost, but they're both super athletic. They do some really neat moves, and but they also do a lot of strong stuff. So
that suplex off the top those two did was unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's like just watching the height when they played it back. They showed a different camera angle. The height, when they came back off that suplex, the height that they both came back up off the mat was just amazing.
I'm surprised the ring held together, big man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's my first thought was that they're going to do the superplex. It's going to collapse the ring. I'm like, no, it's too early in the show. It'd have to be like a final match because it's going to take forever for them to put the ring back together and stuff. So it would have been cool.
Who was that? Was it Big Show?
Big Show and Brock Lesnar. I think they collapsed at least once.
Okay.
There's been other times. There's been other times where the ring they set it up where it collapse and it's just, so I like it. It's a neat visual when it happens, especially when you have the big guys doing it. So it would have been pretty cool, but it's right in the middle of the show. Can't really do it. Now, I guess
I have to give Ivar credit though, man. As big as Ivar is, my man can go.
He can.
You know, I mean, both of them. Like, I just can't get over how big those two guys are, and like a suplex off that top rope was amazing. To me, that was amazing. It just was.
You have Ivar doing the. Well, what is that? It's not. It's I guess it's the Swanton. I guess it is off the top rope onto Bronson Reed on the outside.
Kind of like I guess I can call it that.
Is that what it is? Is that a Swanton? I think it is.
I think so.
And he does that off the top rope on top of Bronson Reed, and he got Bronson Reed pretty good, but he also flat backed on the cement. And I'll tell you what, man, that made a hell of a noise. Like he knocked himself or something, but it was fantastic. It really was.
But I love, you know me, I like Bronson Reed. I really do.
So do I. I like him as well. And it's going to be interesting. I think these guys have at least another one or two matches in them yet because it doesn't seem like it's finished.
Oh no, it does. I don't think it's finished either. No. Yeah. But Ivar getting losing the match to Bronson, which he did. Does that put Bronson back in that IC title picture again?
I don't know. And so that's an interesting question there, Dave. We also seen a backstage vignette with Adam Pearce taking what the hell's his name? Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Chad Gable. Kofi Kingston. And who was the third one? Talk about the IC title. It was somebody else that had just a match recently with Gunther and lost. I
can't remember who that was.
There was three of them though. He took them into He took them into his office, to talk about an idea he had for the IC, the number one contender for the IC title, and so that made me think. We still have Bronson Reed who just beat Ivar again. He should be in that IC title match.
Is that twice he beat Ivar?
Yeah, I believe so. He beat Ivar twice, or it ended in disqualification. I think last week might have ended in a double count out.
Okay.
Because then they were fighting off into the crowd and stuff, which is awesome. I see those guys in a falls count anywhere type of match just to get them into the crowd again and throwing security guards at each other. I thought that's fantastic. Oh,
Bronson's good at that. He's just like I said, the things he can do are amazing. He's good.
Sean says, "So I'm so all right." Yes, Eddie, Big Show and Mark Henry. Yes.
Oh yes, it was.
I think that was during Mark Henry's Hall of Pain time, which was my absolute favorite Mark Henry time. I know everybody loves Sexual Chocolate. I loved Mark Henry Hall of Pain. Oh man, that was awesome. He'd come out to that music. That was my ringtone for a while. I'm not a rapper, I'm not a hip hop guy. I like a little bit of Eminem's, a little bit of Ice Cube and stuff. But when Mark Henry, when he was Hall of Pain Mark Henry, and he came out to that song, somebody gonna get the ass kicked. Oh man, I love that song. I used to play it. My phone was my ringtone. I'd let it ring just to hear the song.
I forgot about Hall of Pain when you just said that. I totally forgot about that.
I'll tell you what. That time that Mark Henry came out and Fake retired to get one over on John Cena.
John Cena, yep.
I'll tell you, he had everybody. He had me. I thought Mark Henry was retiring. I was pissed because I thought this is the absolute best time of Mark Henry. He goes out there in that salmon colored suit. And, he has the tears going, and John Cena comes down and gives him his props, and he ends up beating the shit out of John Cena. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So
you just weren't a fan of Sexual Chocolate at all?
No, I liked it. I thought it was all right, but I was a fan of bad, really like hardcore, bad, strong Mark Henry. He was awesome.
Yeah, that's true. Mark Henry was a badass at the time. Yes, he was.
He was a guy that you could picture not losing because he was so strong and so mean. It's like, who's going to beat this guy?
He was on fire.
Sean says, love this, but I ordered all I want, and it was for pickup. Restart like Kenny and that hat. Okay.
Okay.
He's saying that he has to go pick up his food, and he likes my hat. Zoom in, Batty Fry.
There you go.
Says Tim.
You got a fan in Sean, big man.
You hear? He's a coworker. He likes the show too. He likes it that I read his comments the way I do.
Hey, Sean, we appreciate you checking in, man. It means a lot.
Comment away, Sean. If you throw out 10,000 comments at it, we'd appreciate that.
We'll take them all, Sean. That's what we do on the show.
Sean says Mark Henry was the shit. Absolutely.
He was.
Yeah.
See, now you got that song in my head that you just said that. Somebody go to get the ass kicked. Somebody.
When Mark Henry would like do something like crazy, like just slam somebody, or when he would win, he'd get up in the camera's face and scream like really angry. That's what I do. That was so awesome. That Mark Henry was so awesome, so dominant.
I do. Yep, that's what I do.
My most favorite Mark Henry. Biggest man to dunk. Yeah, he dunking basketball.
Who was he with when he did Sexual Chocolate? I can't remember.
He was that still with the Nation of Domination?
No, it was after Nation. I'm pretty sure. He was with who's the lady he was with? I can't think of her name. The girl, the old lady.
Mae Young.
Mae Young. That's what it was. Yeah.
Pregnant. She had a hand.
Yeah,
a hand.
That was crazy.
Scared me off of wrestling for years.
Yes.
Eddie says the Eagles sure did.
Okay.
Not sure what that one's from. Let me scroll back.
The Eagles sure did. What did the Eagles do?
Got their ass kicked. I think that's what that is. Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked, like you were saying.
Yes.
The Eagles did get their ass kicked. That is correct.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Sean says, Adam, you're quiet. Let's hear with your love for Mark Henry. I agree. Where's Mark Henry? Love seeing Henry squash Cena. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm a big John Cena fan too. I like John Cena, but that Mark Henry was awesome.
Mark Henry. Actually, I met Mark Henry.
Oh, did you?
I did. I met him at the airport. Wasn't one of his greatest moments. He was not in a good mood. Yeah, I was going one way. He was going the other. I think I was going back to Philadelphia. He was going to Cincinnati, and I went to go say hi to him, and he said hi to me, but he wasn't in a very good mood, so I kind of backed up, okay, see you, have a good day.
Was this during the Hall of Pain, Mark Henry? Or
actually, it was Survivor Series. It was back in the it was way back.
Sexual Chocolate?
No. When Rock became champ with the corporal champ.
Oh, okay, corporate champion Rock. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I met Rock that day too. We were in the same airport. We were both leaving at the same time. They were going to Cincinnati. I was going to Philadelphia. I met The Rock that day. Talked to him for 10 minutes. Great guy. Gave me time. That's before he was not even. He was still, wasn't as big as he is now. But no, Mark Henry was in the corner. Went to go say hi to him, and he wasn't in a very good mood, so I kind of backed off.
He was in the back folding frying pans in half.
Yeah, it was yeah.
I don't know who Tim is. He says Tim was gonna go join, but Tim is sleeping. Yes, HBK.
Okay.
Sean forgets. It says a hand is all that right places. Yes, sir.
Oh, I think with Mae Young. I think that's what it was.
Yep, yes. And Eddie Prather was helping us out there with Mae Young. And yes. Sean has 50 more comments about stuff.
Sean's all over it tonight.
Random stuff. The cleaning guy. We have. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. So Tim, he keeps talking about. There's a cleaning guy that I work with at a Hexel. Really cool guy, funny guy. His name is Tim. That's what it's Tim. That's
Tim, the cleaning guy. Okay.
He's from Virginia, and he's up in my area, and he has a southern accent. So whenever he talks, I can say, "Where's Tim at? Tim." So that's
Tim.
Tim back to
Timmy Ta.
Do you have anything else from Raw that you want to add?
No. Well, we did have a.
There was another big match there.
We had a confrontation at Raw that we didn't see.
What was that?
2 main eventers. Weren't they eye to eye, face to face?
A pretty big one, yeah. So we missed a couple big things here. We're so far off right now.
We're all over the map tonight, big man.
So real quick before we get to that, Imperium versus DIY with special third member, The Miz. So it was in Cleveland, so it wasn't a surprise it was The Miz. You know what I mean? The whole Gunther Miz battle anyway. But yeah, Imperium versus DIY with The Miz. DIY and The Miz, they get the win. Right? Yeah. Yeah, they did.
No, go ahead.
Gunther's pissed off. He was in the back. He was pissed off, and The Miz challenged him to another match, another Intercontinental title match. And Gunther said, "Fine, under one stipulation, you cannot challenge me for the title again while I'm champion." And The Miz agreed. Is that a good move, you think, or not?
I love it. I think
Why?
Because I love Miz, and going back to that DIY Miz match. Well, yeah, the tag team match. I saw a side of Miz that night, big man, that I haven't seen in a very, very, very long time.
What side is that?
That crowd was with him. Everything he did, even the shorts, even the tights he was wearing were cool. I mean, everything to me, it was Miz that I haven't seen in a long time, and I really did like that. He was doing the kicks. The crowd was with him. It's kind of like a Daniel Bryan kick, yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
And during the match, and he had Gunther on the ropes. I liked it. I really did. I was into the match. I got to be honest.
Oh, and I tell you what, I really, really liked that he had him in a figure four.
Yes.
And so that was Miz's hometown, so I kind of understand why they were behind. They were, Cleveland guy, him and Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, they were chanting.
Johnny Wrestling.
Both Cleveland guys. So yeah, they're really big behind those guys. And I also really like The Miz challenging Gunther and Gunther putting that stipulation out there, even though I don't think The Miz is going to win. But I like how they add a little bit of spice to it. They made chili. All right, they made chili. They threw a little bit of pepper in there now. They said, we're going to spice it up some.
Now, you know me, I like DIY. So Miz teaming up with DIY, and you know me, I love Johnny Wrestling. He's one of my favorites. I was into it. I really was. I watched the whole match. Imperium to me is great because I like Gunther and his goons, right? So I'm okay with that. But to me, it's just seeing the Miz back to where he should be.
That is good.
I'm just tired of Miz not being. He's always a heel. I mean, him being a face, I'm good with it. I really am.
And so I'm fine with Miz always being a heel. I like Miz when he's relevant, though. I don't like Miz just a talk show host. Miz, he's not overly flashy as a wrestler. He does have some really nice moves. He does have a decent skill set. Mm-hmm. I like him when he's on top. When he's rolling, he's doing well. He does great on the mic and he does great in the ring, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Miz has been he's class act. He's just great on the mic, like you said. Everything he does is I'm okay with it.
Sean says Virginia. Adam says I'm the number one fan, and I got a new viewer. Yes, you did, buddy.
Adam, you are the man, brother.
All right, and so this leads us to the next topic. Adam Glenn reminds us, don't forget about CM Punk. So yes,
that's what I was saying earlier.
So I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And I have my notes right here. I'm like, oh, it's right there in front of me. CM Punk makes his decision, and it was the decision that everybody thought he was going to make anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What the whole traveling circus was, him going to SmackDown, him going to NXT, and making his decision on Raw to stay on Raw. I mean, obviously, I felt like that's where he was going to go.
Well, I think Raw was the obvious choice.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons, but I mean, to be back, in WWE is fine. But the main choice was because one person,
Seth,
he wasn't very happy with Mr. CM Punk.
And so we have I don't want to say kissy CM Punk, but we have very apologetic CM Punk. We have CM Punk. It seems like he's trying to make amends for the past CM Punk. Do you buy that, or do you think that's just CM Punk playing everybody?
No, I buy it. I buy it because
I apologize for walking.
But it's a different side of Punk that we haven't seen in a long time, which I kind of like, and especially in the back when he did it with Kofi, that was great.
Yeah, he really pushed hard for Kofi to get a push back in the day.
Yeah,
and without CM Punk's help, Kofi wouldn't have even gotten a push.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was pretty cool to see. And then acknowledging
He said,
Chad.
Jamaican, I'll do that anymore.
Yeah, you're making me crazy. He's like, I don't
You're
do that.
making me crazy.
So I thought that was pretty cool. But then you had Seth come out there and he kind of confronts CM Punk, and I'll tell you what, Seth brought up some really good views. There's some good points, saying, "Hey, you walked out on this company 10 years ago, and not only did you walk out and turn your back on everybody in the locker room and in the company, you tried tearing it down. You tried tearing the company down. You tried tearing me down. You tried tearing the locker room down. So many different times. So don't you dare call this your home when that's what you did." So you see his point. You know what? Seth's not wrong. CM Punk, not only did he walk out, before his contract was up, but he walked out and he tried shredding that place. He tried burning it down. And, luckily for him, the matches did not light. So money speaks louder than actions.
It does. But to me, I'm on the fence with Punk. I really am. I mean, I like that. I'm glad that he's back. And technically, it is his home. And Seth is wrong because this is where he started. You left, you tried other things, didn't work out. You came back home, and now you're. But
it's not that he left; it's the way he left.
Well, the way he left.
Yeah, because this wasn't your typical like his contract was up or he was released from his contract. This was he got pissed off the way things were going. He was hurt. He was battered. He was pissed off at management. So he said, "You know what? Screw this. I'm out of here. I'm done." He went home and they ended up firing him. And then he goes on podcast after podcast. Anybody that would listen to the man, he'd tear the place down. Triple H sucks ass. This. Ryback is a big dummy. Doesn't know how to wrestle. Seth Rollins is a goofy looking. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what else he said.
I hear you. I hear everything you're saying, and everything you're saying is right. But box office talks, big man.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. I like CM Punk. I'm a big CM Punk fan. That didn't change when he left. I still like CM Punk, but you're right. He really burnt some bridges, but those bridges were rebuilt, and money talks, man. If you're gonna draw money, that's what it is. And it reminds me, real quick. I don't know who knows, who watches what or whatever, but years ago, Paul Heyman cut a promo on Vince McMahon. And so Paul Heyman gives some insight on the backstory to this promo.
Right.
Where Vince says to Paul, he says, "Go out there and say whatever you want about me. Rip me apart." And Paul Heyman says, "What do you mean? Like what do you mean by anything?" And McMahon says, "Get anything you want." And Paul's like, "Are you sure?" And Vince McMahon says to him, "Go out there and make me money." So that's what it is. It's all about money. Yeah. It's all about making the company money. And sure, it might sting a little bit, but you know what? As long as those greenbacks are rolling in, you're good to go.
I agree. WWE is back. It's back, and it's better than ever. It's fun. People are enjoying it. I mean, and everybody like Randy being back, Punk being back. Everything's coming full circle now. And actually, I keep hearing that people in AEW want to come back. Yeah. So let's make WWE bigger and better than ever. And you know what? It's starting to, and I'm loving it.
And so that's the thing. It's with the change of ownership and McMahon being out of the way, and it seems like Triple H is running the show. It seems like the booking's better.
Hunter is doing a great job.
Everything mostly everything makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I really like. This is the most fun I've had watching wrestling since
back in the 90s.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, Go ahead.
I was just going to read some comments. All right. Sean said, Kenny and HBK and Adam, thank you guys for telling me about the show. I found out terrible news, but your show helps me look forward to anything. That's good, Sean. I like hearing that. And that's what we're, anybody out there watching, we're just out there for, take your mind off of whatever, if you have a shitty day, so you know what, I need to
come watch us.
Just watch us. You can hear me say like 10,000 times and say something funny occasionally. Cowboy Dave with his great insights and stuff, and he'll come out with a humorous line, every now and again. So yeah,
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, there you go. It's out of nowhere. So just, hop on, throw comments out there. We'll read them.
I guess we will.
Even when Adam got an Uber, he reminded me to tune in. You candy ass. Is this Kenny?
Did he just call you a candy ass, big man?
I don't know if he called me a candy, if he called Adam a candy, the Uber driver's a candy ass. I don't know.
Somebody's a candy ass.
Delivery. So Domino's is coming to deliver the big man pizza. Adam skinny big man don't understand. Okay. Money talks.
Is Domino's open this time of night, big man? I don't even know.
Yeah, Domino's is open till like 1 a.m.
Oh, are they? Oh, got me on that one.
You guys should watch a movie with Jack Black, Undertaker.
Taker.
Adam says, I agree, Dave.
I think he's with WWE. I think he's talking about.
Yep. If you make me forget where the home row keys are. Yes, sir, we do.
The home row keys. You know where the home row keys are, big man.
We know where the home row keys are. We know where they're at.
Of course we do.
So let's
Punk Seth. It's going to be phenomenal. And I'm excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be box office. WWE is rolling with this, and it's going to be absolutely awesome.
I'll tell you what, Punk Seth is going to be electric. It will be electric.
I cannot wait till Punk and Seth at the Rumble. It's going to be great.
It's going to be fantastic. Well, then, so real quick before we jump over to SmackDown, the one thing that Drew said to CM Punk, because Drew came face to face with CM Punk in the back. He said to CM Punk, I don't give a damn about your story. I don't give a damn about Cody's story. He says, the only story I care about is my story. So now we have 3 people with freaking stories on Raw. So that's just fantastic. It's story time on Monday Night Raw.
Story time on Raw. Oh, man.
I feel like we should all be sitting down on a carpet, crisscross applesauce style, or Indian, however you want to say it now. It used to be when I was a kid, it was Indian style. Now they call it crisscross applesauce because we don't want to say Indian. But on the podcast, we say that.
So let's get this straight. Cody Rhodes is entering the Royal Rumble.
That's what he said.
CM Punk is entering the Royal Rumble.
Right there's your final 2.
It's got to be. You would think, right?
Somebody wants their story to advance. I mean, I don't know. So this is where it gets kind of a bummer with having 2 shows separate and 2 different world titles. It's just too bad you can't have the Raw Battle Royal and a SmackDown Battle Royal because you're not going to have enough guys for it.
Not enough guys. No.
Have 2 winners, one guy that's going to challenge for the Raw, one that's going to challenge for this. Even though they're both going to be challengers there's going to be 2 challengers for the championships.
Yep.
And the Raw one. There's going to be that's how it is.
Wow.
WrestleMania, they have to. But I mean, so that you have CM Punk and you have Cody Rhodes there at the end. I can see the last 3 being Cody, Drew, and CM Punk.
Cody, Drew, and Punk in the row. Could be.
Story time then. Absolutely story time then.
Mm-hmm.
But you having those 3 guys last at the Royal Rumble, and one of those guys is going to come out and be the winner. And so if Cody wins, who does he go after? Does he go after Seth or Roman? I would think he'd go after Roman. Right?
I would think Roman, if anybody.
CM Punk wins. Who does he go after? He goes after Seth, right?
Seth, sure.
Now Drew McIntyre. Who does he go after? Now he has a beef with Seth, calling Seth a hypocrite, but he also has an unfinished business with Roman Reigns.
Well, so does a certain Viper.
Yeah, he will not be in the Royal Rumble. He's going to wrestle.
No,
he's going to wrestle Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble for the title.
Yep, it's going to be awesome.
I'm excited. That's going to be a fantastic match. I just hope they find a way to keep the bloodline out of it. And that's where I think Jey Uso may come into effect somehow.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine last night. He says he's not a Roman fan. He's like, he just doesn't get it with Roman. He just doesn't understand why Roman gets so much leeway. And I said, because he's the tribal chief. He goes, yeah, but every match he has, somebody has to come and help him win. I'm like, This is true. This is true.
That's one thing that's bothering me about Roman right now is being champion for so long.
Yeah.
And his last, I don't know how many title matches, they've all ended with him winning, but with help. And it's like
With help. Yep.
it's losing his legacy's losing a little bit of luster now.
Yeah, I agree.
Occasional run in and help, but like it seems to be like it's every single big match, and it's losing its luster, and he's not on TV a lot anymore for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I think it hurts it as well.
He shows up when he wants to. It seems that
I don't know if for some reason I feel like it's something with the movie or TV.
Could be. Possibly.
Adam says, Ken, don't move to Hershey. I feel like I already live there, buddy.
Ken, you were in Hershey so many times. It's they know you when you walk to the door. They know who you are.
So we got the season passes for 2024, and so that included Halloween and Christmas for this year.
Nice.
My wife said that since we've gotten it in mid-September, she's gone 15 times.
15 times.
And I haven't been with all 15 times. I think I'm at 12.
I think I've been a total of 15.
I said to her, I said, my whole life, I think I was at Hershey twice.
Oh my gosh.
She's done 15 times with at least,
I've been Hershey many times. I love Hershey Park. It's one of my favorites. It really is. It is.
And as a family, we've been there, at least 12 times. We've been there as a whole family, but 15 times.
In fact, I've seen Billy Joel at Hershey Park. Great time.
I seen Aerosmith there. I seen Black Sabbath. Who else? There's Bon Jovi. I've seen there. I'm going to see Green Day there.
Actually, Amanda is actually going to go see New Kids on the Block in Hershey.
Oh, okay, Dave. All right.
That's not me. That's her favorite group.
Okay, I'm going to see you out there.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's what Tony said to me last night. He's like, Duke. I'm like, no way. Not going to happen.
Right stuff. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, God.
So when I hear that song, The Right Stuff, you know what I think of right away? Weird Al Yankovic parodies that song called "The White Stuff." The white
God!
Stuff,
Oh God!
In the middle of an Oreo. Oh, absolutely.
Could you see me at a New Kids on the Block concert?
Yeah, yeah.
Keith, thanks.
I can now. So Sean says, "Can I get updates on stories you follow? I don't remember what all you follow." You ask, buddy, and we'll tell you. Kenny, my DZ is coming. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I think he means pizza is Domino's. He's so happy.
Pizza's coming. He's excited.
He thought he was going to have to defrost spaghetti. No, big man, the pizza's there. You don't have to defrost spaghetti. Please talk about the latest video game with all wrestling.
2024. Is it the 2024?
Yeah, I don't play wrestling video games. I don't play a whole lot of video games, but
I'm not a video game guy either myself. No.
Eddie says Drew gets his shot at Royal Rumble, and he will be Seth against Seth.
Against Seth. Okay.
I don't know. I have a hard time seeing Drew win the Rumble.
Yeah, I do too. I can't see that.
I think it's going to be Seth and CM Punk at WrestleMania.
It's going to be phenomenal.
And so I guess Adam Pearce said that Drew's getting his shot at Seth for the world title. He didn't say when, though. He said that on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, he did. He did. He
at that point where Drew met up with CM Punk at the hallway. That's Adam Pearce said that, I just gave him good news. You thought he would have been happier. And, he said, I just told Drew he's going to get his shot at Seth for the world title. He didn't say when it was. Oh, no, he said day one. At day one, he said.
Day one, right. Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, what the hell is day one? But it's Raw on January 1st, day one. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
There you go.
So,
day one, January 1st. That is correct. Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Drew. I like Drew's work. He's such a big dude, and he does, a lot of great things in the ring. So I hope I read a lot of stories about him, leaving the company and stuff. I don't know. So,
okay.
Sean says, like to relate to real plotted story.
You're not the only one, Sean.
Ken, you're gaining weight. Thank you, Sean. You fat. Me too, HBK. 3 my whole life.
Oh, my gosh.
He also said he has a PlayStation 4. I missed that one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's saying the Weird Al, but that's
Weird,
Weird Al.
Weird
Movie.
Al.
The Weird Al movie that was really
Weird Al has a movie.
Yeah. So real quick, not to get too far off of this, but Weird Al he put a movie out. So you know how they had Bohemian Rhapsody out about Queen and Freddie Mercury. Then they had the Elton John movie out.
Yellow Brick Road.
Called Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Sorry. Okay.
And so it's kind of like stories about their career. You know what I mean? Like kind of like almost like a biography, but it wasn't. Right. And Weird Al does the same thing, except it's a parody of those movies, kind of. It's a parody.
Okay.
Parody about his how he got into the. It's so funny. It really is.
I'll check it out.
You have to. It's on Roku. You got it. It's hilarious. It is absolutely.
It's on Roku. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's so funny. I mean,
see. I'm not much on Weird Al, but I'll try it. I don't care.
Eddie Prather got.
Hey, if I can listen to like a surgeon, I'm good.
Eddie says I can see Dave singing "Step by Step."
Oh, stop!
There it is. Step by step, ooh baby.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know the words of that song.
No spaghetti for Sean. That's good. Sean is a fat ass. That is correct. Probably at Royal Rumble. Yeah. So you have Seth and Drew. That's at day 1. So that's when that's going to be. So that's in 2 Mondays, I guess.
Yes.
Wrestling video games. Adam sucks.
I played a couple wrestling video games back in the day.
I did too, but I didn't like. So I don't like wrestling video games because they're
okay.
You can have your opponent can get on top of you and it's like constantly stomp the shit out of you till you lose your power, and you're mashing buttons trying to get up, and as soon as you start trying to get up, they stomp you even more. It's like, you know what, this is stupid. I can't have it.
Yeah, but you get so addicted to it when you're playing it. It's like you start going crazy.
Eddie Prather forgot about day 1. Sean said Kenny told me about that movie from '88. So the other Weird Al movie is called UHF from 19.
I remember that. I remember the name. Yeah,
it was back in the late '80s, early '90s. That UHF, which is really funny.
Okay, I remember the movie. I didn't see it, but I remember the name of it.
You didn't see UHF? That's a great movie too.
I'm not really a movie guy. I don't watch movies too much. So
no, I didn't know that, Dave. We're learning.
No, I can't sit there for 3 hours and watch a movie. I just can't do it. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Adam says triple threat at the Rumble.
Yes,
that's a possibility right there. That's a really good possibility. So look at SmackDown here before we're on for another 4 hours.
Before we go to SmackDown, you want to pay some bills?
Yeah, we'll do it now. Yeah, why not? I was going to do it at the end, but we'll do it now since you mentioned it. Let's go ahead and do our sponsor reads here real quick.
Sounds like a plan.
I think I forgot to do them yesterday morning. I did Silver and Black. I'm upset now.
You were too busy about that 65 to whatever game.
63-21, brother. Yep.
Whatever.
Jason Fine, attorney Big Al. You reach Big Al at 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Jason Fine specializes in motor vehicle accidents, slip and falls, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. Jason has 3 office locations conveniently located throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. In Cherry Hill, New Jersey, the office is located at 3 Greensward Lane. The phone number there is 856-209-5258. Then in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the office is located at 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900. The phone number there is 412-365-8151. Then in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the office is located at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120. The phone number there is 267-888-2980. Jason Fine, attorney Big Al.
Big Al.
And once you get all your legal shit straightened out, head on over to monkeycoltcoffee.com. Get yourself some coffee. They got the bourbon chocolate chip infused coffee, toasted coconut rum. Part of their global gourmet collection is the Sumatran blend. That's a medium roast coffee in whole bean or ground. One of their newest blends is the organic blend. Parula, Florida. That's part of their global gourmet collection as well. And I just bought a new coffee today. They also have a new flavor out, a agave. I can't remember what the hell is it called, a honey agave flavored coffee or something like that. I can't wait to try it out. I ordered it today, so I'll probably get it sometime next week, hopefully. So I can't wait to try that. I'll let everybody know how it is. I'm sure it's fantastic. Head on over to their swag shop. Get yourself a coffee mug. I also have the tumbler. I'll show you real quick. I've been drinking out of tonight. The tumbler is fantastic. I used it. I had coffee in it all day at Hershey Park. 8 hours later, coffee was still hot. So I can't rave about this tumbler enough. They also have T-shirts with their mascot Roderick on the front. They have cold brew pitchers to make your cold brew coffee, K-cup adapters, and don't forget that Paradise rum cake. Delicious. Good stuff. So when you're at checkout, make sure you use that promo code OOTB Sports, just like I did. That's OOTB Sports for 10% off at monkeycoltcoffee.com.
Get your Monkey Cold Coffee, everybody.
Good stuff there. Good stuff. I love Monkey Cold Coffee.
Big Man is a Monkey Cold Coffee guy.
I am. I really am.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. And so it's hard to see kind of. Here's the tumbler. It just has
the tumbler. I love it.
And the old hashtag on the back.
I see that.
So, all right.
Monkey Cold guy over there.
So Sean says Royal Rumble Super Nintendo. It's so great. I don't think I ever played that.
You know what? I played that, Sean. It is a good game. That is the one game I actually did play. I enjoyed that. I did.
Sean says, "Sorry, Kenny, you're right. My house is so hot now." Okay.
Actually, that video game that he was talking about actually had one of my favorite wrestlers in there.
Who's that?
Mr. Perfect, baby.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah.
How can you not love Mr. Perfect? I'm such a fan.
You have to. Sean says Adam, but he gets his money off of organic blend, don't you think? Yes. He says also bitch tits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Razor's Edge.
Oh, of course.
And he says yeet. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in between, but I'm not going to get into it because they're all single words. And
hey yo,
they all lead to the same sentence that I read. So, and the perfect plex, yes, the perfect plex was awesome.
Perfect. Now you're going to see a perfect plex.
So, Sean, I'll tell you what. Next time you see Adam in person, put Adam in the perfect plex.
Dude, I love Mr. Perfect. He was my favorite.
I used to love it when he'd spit the gum out and hit it. You can't tell me if you watch pro wrestling back in the 80s and early 90s and you see Mr. Perfect wrestle, the next time you chew gum, you didn't spit it out and try to swat it with your hand, just like Mr.
Hit
Perfect.
it.
Everybody
he did it every time.
Every time.
The best commercial with Perfect is when he threw the football and he just watched this. He threw
it and he caught it. Yeah.
He caught it. Yeah. And then the bowling, when he did bowling too, that was great. A perfect game.
Of course it was. So okay. We had Orton defeating Jimmy Uso.
Yes, Randy with the big win. Beginning
of the show, they come out there, and it was the bloodline. Roman Reigns leading the charge. Out there, acknowledge me, all that horse shit. And he talks about it's a day of promotion.
Green Bay.
Who doesn't want a promotion, right?
Acknowledge me.
So he's out there. He's talking about the promotion, and he's running it down why this person deserves a promotion. And Jimmy Uso, I see Jimmy back there. Oh, he's all yeeting it up with his hands. He's like, "Oh, it's me, definitely me." And he says the next in line is Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa.
Sikoa. I say Sequoia, so you say Sikoa. And so I think he was a bit surprised. Jimmy was a bit let down. He's a bit surprised. And so I feel like I don't know. I feel like Jimmy's going to get outcasted here. What do you think?
I think maybe in the end you might see a little Uso payback, but we'll see.
And so it's he says to Solo because Roman says well I think Jimmy suggested that Solo wrestle Randy Orton on Friday Night SmackDown, but Roman sends Jimmy out, and then Jimmy's there with Solo, and he says to Solo, said, "Hey, is this a setup?" And Solo just kind of looks at him and goes, "As a brother, would you tell me if this was a setup?"
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of says, "Yeah." And so, I mean, it's like
definitely it was a setup.
It felt like a setup. I'll tell you that.
Sure did. What? I mean, come on. You sit there and tell everybody the new tribal chief. Jimmy's all pumped up. It's going to be me. And all of a sudden, he goes, Solo's going. Solo doesn't say a word. How could you sit there and give him a tribal chief? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. But okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. And
Solo's the quiet guy. He's the quietest guy in the bloodline. Doesn't say a word, but yet you're going to give it to. Come on. Doesn't make sense.
I wonder if this is going to lead eventually to a Jimmy Uso face turn. You think?
Possibly.
I mean, does it come to a point where Roman's pushing Jimmy around a bit, kind of treating Jimmy like garbage, and it comes to a point where he has to decide whether to help Roman or help somebody else, or help Roman and he doesn't help Roman, and people start cheering Jimmy, and I don't know.
Jimmy super kick Solo? Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. And so it kind of seems like it's starting to turn a little bit for Jimmy, and I feel like Jimmy's gonna turn face, and I feel like it's gonna come.
There's so many directions that can go with this, big man. That's why I love it. You don't know.
So Eddie Prather says he likes when Mr. Perfect would throw a towel behind his back. That was pretty cool.
That was my favorite. I do that all the time at home. I do. I throw it behind my back like perfect.
I throw it behind my back. It ends up 2 rooms over. I can't. I just can't. No matter how many times I try it with anything, it doesn't matter what it is. Towel, basketball, a baby. It just ends up.
I'm sure Jed loves that.
She's not home.
She's not home?
When she's not home,
she's not home.
The old baby that chuck behind the back. Adam says Roman versus Cody at Mania. Jimmy kicks Roman. That's what I mean. That's something I could see something like that.
Roman versus Cody at Mania. Jimmy kicks Roman. Yeah, I like that.
I could see something like that happen where for some reason the referee's down and out. Solo's in there helping Roman pound Cody. Jimmy's there and he's kind of conflicted. You can see like the look on his face. He's kind of conflicted. He's looking. And maybe even Jay's down there for some reason. And Jay's kind of trying to convince him, saying, come on, brother, Oos, come on, Oos. And they both kick, Roman. They both kick Solo. They help Cody. Cody wins the championship. And we can stop talking about his goddamn story.
And the story is over, big man. We know you're tired of Cody and the story. We get it.
Adam said, don't forget about the genius. You can't forget about the genius.
Leaping Lenny Poffo.
Randy Macho Man Savage's brother.
Yes, it was.
Yep, and he's recently passed as well. I think I don't know if it was this year or last year he passed away. But
I saw a picture of the Macho Man in a Cincinnati Reds jersey.
Yep. Yeah, he was drafted. I think he was drafted by the Reds. He was in their minor league system. I feel like I don't know if he ever made the big league. Like he might have been in the uniform for like a spring training or whatever. But I feel like he didn't make the
Wasn't he a catcher?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
I think he was. I want to say he was a catcher.
Oh, here's our boy Sean. I told the Domino's man to check out the show. Atta boy.
Sean, thank you so much telling the Domino's guy.
Dave owes you $5 now, Sean.
No problem. Yeah.
So Jimmy's led out there to wrestle Randy in the main event of SmackDown, and pretty good match. It was a good match. Jimmy's a hell of a wrestler. Randy's terrific. Still kind of working his way back from being off for 18 months. And first off, I thought Randy did a hell of a job when he came down.
Professional, man, the best.
When they were out there cutting their promo at the beginning of the SmackDown, he came down to the ring. Got in the ring with him, no fear. Randy's looking jacked, man. He's looking.
Randy looks great. Are you kidding me?
So he gets in the ring there, and he runs it down for him. So kudos to Randy, and
actually somebody else looks great too, but I'll mention him later on.
Okay. So Orton versus Jimmy Uso, great match. So you had LA Knight told Randy during SmackDown, "Hey, I got your back if anything happens out there." Randy's like, I don't want you to have my back.
Right.
And LA Knight's like, you need me to have your back. And Randy's like, no, I don't. And LA Knight's like,
no, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it so happened. Solo was coming down to help Jimmy supposedly, and LA Knight attacks Solo from behind to help Randy out.
He
Randy
did.
gets the RKO out of nowhere, and there it is.
There it is.
For helping Randy. Randy's a hero for beating Jimmy. Well, then Roman Reigns comes out. I think it was Roman. Did Roman attack LA Knight from behind?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they come down. They attack LA Knight from behind. They get in to the ring. They're stomping the shit out of Randy. And then LA Knight gets back into the ring to help out. Well, he starts getting his ass stomped by the Bloodline. We have a surprise guest. Who was it, Dave?
The phenomenal one, baby. Hey, Jay Styles.
That was awesome. I'll tell you what, I didn't see that coming. I totally forgot about AJ.
I loved it.
Absolutely.
But I'm confused on some things that I saw. I don't know where to go with it. I don't know what is up with AJ. I don't get it. Is it heel AJ?
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
If it was heel AJ, you would have guessed he would have attacked Randy too, or is he just does he have something against LA Knight? I don't know.
That's what I was confused about. What does LA Knight have to do with AJ Styles? Nothing.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is the Bloodline is the one that put AJ Styles out, I think, right?
I believe they did. Yes.
And so why attack LA Knight? I don't understand.
Well, AJ got hurt. AJ got injured. He got hurt.
The Bloodline, right?
No, he got hurt at a show. I want to say, where were we? I forget where it was. It was a show. He got injured at a show. I think I was at that show, as a matter of fact. I just don't remember which one it was. But yeah, he got hurt. Been out for a while, and just, I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know what the connection is either, but there's a connection somewhere.
But, okay, so
find out.
To see a phenomenal forearm again made my night because I love I love that he does that. I'm into it. That's when wrestling starts for me when I see a phenomenal forearm. But and to do it, help out Randy out, which was cool, and then all of a sudden just knock out LA Knight for no reason and then leave. I don't get it.
Walk right past the Bloodline, who he just helped attack.
Right, exactly. But getting back to my point that I said earlier. Does AJ Styles not look great or what?
He looks awesome.
Awesome. I couldn't get over it. It's like he must have been really working out off the injury because I've never seen AJ Styles look that good.
So he says, Eddie Prather says AJ and LA Knight had a feud in TNA when LA Knight was Eli Drake.
That could be okay. Now that makes sense.
I don't know if they would use that as part of the storyline, but they would use we have history. I could see that, but I don't know if they'd ever name drop TNA or not.
No, but the history thing, like you said, that's a possibility.
But so that's interesting. But I don't think it was anything in WWE that I could think of them having issues or LA Knight costing AJ a match. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but it's going to come out next Friday night. It'll come out as to what as to why
SmackDown is the house that AJ Styles built, baby.
Oh, I think The Rock would have something to say about that, but anyway. So we also had KO defeat Austin Theory.
I am a big AJ fan. I love AJ Styles. I can't get when he came back. I have to be honest. I got goosebumps, man. I just did because he's AJ Styles, and I was only a matter of time before he showed up. I thought maybe he'd be at the Rumble. I didn't think it'd be this early. But
I forgot all about him.
I never forget about AJ. No.
I mean, I
just thought maybe at the Rumble that maybe a big surprise. That's what I was kind of hoping, but a little early.
I thought, who was that soccer mom with her shirt off? Oh, it's AJ Styles with a soccer mom haircut.
I love it.
So KO faced Austin Theory in a first round match for the U.S. title, number one contendership, and I was surprised. I didn't think KO would beat Austin Theory with Carmelo Hayes beating that idiot
Jay
Waller,
your buddy,
the douchebag from down under. with Carmelo Hayes beating him, I thought for sure Austin Theory would have beat KO then. just to have
No.
one of the morons, Austin Theory.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the Atomic Drop podcast, and as you can see, my buddy, my partner in crime over there is the biggest Jason Waller fan you want to meet.
Yeah, Grayson Waller's a moron.
As you can see, he loves them.
He's out there with the stupid, cheetah stripe, the gimmick shorts on. Like, come on, man. You're no.
I loved it. I loved it when LA Knight made fun of his haircut. I lost it.
Down under, douchebag from down under, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. I can't stand Grayson Waller.
I'm just kidding when I said that, but he's not the biggest Waller fan, that's for sure.
I think they should out. We have World Series champs checking in from Twitter. Thanks for checking the show out.
Who's that?
World Series champs, it says.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, okay, Mr. I see you over there, Mr. World Series champs.
Eddie Prather says the Australian jackass. Yeah, one of those guys coming from the outback. Crawling his ass out of the desert somewhere, out of the outback. So yeah, I was surprised KO beat Theory, especially with the hand injury thing that they're playing off. And I'm surprised he used the cast in front of the referee. I mean, I was kind of puzzled by that. Right? So
okay.
I don't know if it's because it's part of his hand that it was acceptable, or I don't know. I don't understand how he's able to do that.
Well, I can't tell you that one, but all I know is KO got the big win. I know that much.
Yeah, it was a big win. It was a surprising one. I didn't expect it. Like I said, the way I was thinking.
How dare you count out KO, big man?
I want KO to win. Trust me, I want KO.
Of course you do.
I like watching fighting and. At least pretend fighting that we're talking about here. I like watching that, and KO's very good at it. So I wanted KO to win, but I was a little bit surprised just because of the events before. So now you're going to have KO versus Carmelo Hayes in the second round to go to the finals and the semifinals here, and you'll have Santos Escobar versus Bobby Lashley.
Your boy Escobar still on fire, baby.
And I'll tell you what, I really like Santos Escobar, so I wonder if Santos is somehow going to get over on Bobby Lashley.
He might.
That's gonna be a lot of fun to see.
Isn't it amazing? Do you think they're downgrading Austin Theory lately?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know why either. I don't know why he has a great look. He looks the part. He does well in the ring. His mic skills are whatever. But you can always get better at that. And are
you a fan of him and Waller together?
No. Anybody with Waller, I can't stand.
I had to ask that question.
And even when Waller looks in the mirror and he's with himself, I can't stand it. Like I said,
man, you're rough on Grayson. I'll tell you.
They should make Grayson Waller part of Pretty Deadly. Put him in a pretty deadly. Put him in a halter top and march his ass out here. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh man.
Eddie says his hand was being attacked. Yeah, his hand was being attacked earlier in the match, but I felt like I think he intentionally used it as a punch. Though I don't know. I might have to go back and rewatch it. I know Theory was attacking the hand pretty good. He slammed it against the ring post again, slammed it on the steel steps again. But he was attacking the hand pretty good.
No,
and, but he also.
I'm happy for KO. I am.
What's that?
I said I'm happy for KO.
Yeah, I'm glad he's. I don't think he's gonna be the number one contender, but I feel like that's gonna go to Santos Escobar because he's really hot as a heel right now. And
yeah, no, let's go back a week. Okay.
All right.
When KO is walking in the back, and CM Punk says to KO, "Do you know where Adam Pearce's office is?" And he goes, "No."
And so it's pretty interesting. I didn't realize. So CM Punk gained his popularity through the indie wrestling scene back in the day, as well as KO, as Kevin Steen, and Sami Zayn as El Generico, Daniel Bryan as Bryan Danielson, or I believe that's what it was back in the day.
El Generico. I haven't heard that in a long time. But go ahead.
They all really gained their popularity to begin with through the indie wrestling scene, and I seen a clip where KO was like a part of a 3-man tag group or faction with CM Punk and somebody else. And it was kind of like they're like bright clothing and it kind of reminded me of 3-Man Band because I think they had some sort of music gimmick. I'm serious. They had some sort of like music gimmick or something going on there. I feel like one of them had a guitar. But
Okay.
I could be wrong. But I thought it was pretty neat to see back in the indie days, CM Punk and KO together. It was just neat. It was like a very nostalgic.
I loved it.
That they do have a history.
That when they did that backstage, I cracked up laughing. I thought it was so funny. He didn't even say anything. He's like, no, it's cool. I'm happy for KO. Good win over Austin Theory. Good win.
Sean says, "Hey, Domino's guy, you here? Domino's guy did not check in unless he's the World Series champs."
That could be the Domino's guy.
Paul says it's main event time. How about them Raiders? All because your team, a man lost his job. No, his job was lost before that. That Brandon Staley.
All because your team, a guy loses his job.
They were just waiting for the end of the season. They're like, all right, let's ride it out with this moron that's coaching right now. But then the Raiders went out there and put 49 on before they scored a point. And they said, you know what? This guy's an idiot. Let's get rid of him. So,
what I can't understand is it's been killing me the last 2 or 3 days. How in the world does your team not score a point against the Minnesota Vikings? Then the next week they put up 63.
And so if you watch the Silver and Black layer, you would know why, Dave.
I don't watch the Silver and Black layer, big man, so I don't know why. I'm asking.
So I felt like one of the reasons not only they scored 35 points off 5 turnovers. You know what I mean?
This is true.
So that's part of it. But I felt like they got really creative with their offense. They opened the playbook up instead of being super vanilla with it. They really opened up the playbook. They went a couple different directions. With a couple gimmick plays and stuff. So
all of a sudden, Aiden O'Connell looks like Joe Montana.
What's that?
I said all of a sudden, Aiden O'Connell looks like Joe Montana.
Early on, he didn't look very efficient, but he was taking some really nice deep shots, had some nice throws, and throughout the game, became more accurate, more efficient, and that was.
See, to me, there's one guy that's in the cold in all this.
Who?
Who do you think?
Jimmy G.
That's the guy.
Well, and so I said on my not to get too far off wrestling here, but I said on my Thursday show, I felt like if Aiden O'Connell came out and had a bad first half, that we would see Jimmy in the second half. But at halftime, it was 42-0. So bye, Jimmy. Go put your hair gel in your hair, Jimmy. Moron.
He is your backup quarterback, big man. Don't be sitting there dogging the guy.
Oh man. At least it ain't Brian Hoyer. I'll say that. I'd rather
this
Jimmy
is true
than Brian Hoyer.
But no. I watched that game the other night. I was like, I looked up. It was 42-0 at halftime. I was like, man, after the Raiders put that many points up into what, a year?
It's been a while, and then 49-0 after the first possession of the second half.
Unbelievable. But anyway,
at one point it was 63-7. Anyway,
I couldn't get over it.
We also had a Kabuki Warriors sighting here. The Kabuki
yes,
Warriors.
We did.
Zelina Vega. I haven't seen Zelina Vega wrestle in a while, so it was good to see
her. Been a
her.
long time.
I think she's very good. But the Kabuki Warriors, great tag team from the NXT days, I believe. And I think they wrestled together in Japan, right?
Yep.
So they've been together for a while. They also had a little bit of some distractions from Dakota Kai, and of course Bayley made herself known out there as well. As it seems like she does everything that.
That's what Bayley does.
That is what Bayley does.
Come on, big man! Ding dong, hello.
I like it when you do that. I don't know why. I think it's funny when you do that. So, anything else from SmackDown you want to talk about, everybody?
We did have okay, we're going to go a little off of SmackDown here, a little off the topic here. There was an incident that happened yesterday. Are you aware of this?
Yes, there is. Yes. Liv Morgan, I guess you're going to talk about, right?
That is correct. Do
you want to lead into it, or?
No, go ahead. No, I thought bringing it up was the right thing to do, but go ahead.
Liv Morgan was suspended for 30 days for breaking the WWE's wellness program.
Yes.
So, and basically that comes down to drug use.
Correct.
And I don't know what her drug of choice was, or
I heard she was taking the fall for somebody else.
I don't know. I didn't.
I didn't see the whole story, but from what I read, I read this afternoon. Actually, they said that she was actually somebody was doing the crime, and she took the time. She took the fall for somebody else. That's what I was.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know how you could do that because they test.
Right.
So
right.
it's not like who's it's like your dad walking in with a joint and saying whose weed is this, and you take your little brother. It's they're actually pissing into a.
I was shocked. It was when I saw that. Though, I was very surprised when I read that. I really was. I mean,
it's surprising, but it's not because Randy Orton's been in the wellness program twice. It's 3 times and you're out.
This is true.
So he's been suspended twice already, and he has
right. But Liv Morgan, of all people, I didn't see that come.
For me, it depends on what kind of drug it is.
True.
If she's if she's tested hot for like heroin or something like that, or meth, I'm like, you know what, get yourself some help. If it's something like marijuana, all right, it's legal in like half the states. You know what I mean?
So I'm saying I don't understand. Like,
I mean, I'm like CM Punk. I'm straight edge. I've never used.
I'm straight edge too.
Before, but I mean, I have zero problem with marijuana. It seems like there's so many different good uses for it that I don't have a problem with it. So if it's marijuana that was the issue, I'm like, I don't know if that's such a big issue, but
I didn't think so, to be honest with you. But
so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was. But hopefully, if it's something serious, hopefully she gets the right help.
I don't think Mr. Fuji was too happy about it.
Well, he said he's fine as long as he has Kabuki warriors and stuff like that.
Asian persuasion, I get it. Yeah.
He probably got a little excited when they seen Shinsuke Nakamura rip open the front of his suit there. He's like another Asian guy flashing some chest there.
What is up with that? Are you a fan of that?
I have no idea what that is. I'm not a fan of that, no.
No, me either. No.
I mean, it's not like Hulk Hogan ripping off his T-shirt. Shinsuke,
no.
His suit his little jumpsuit that he wears is already split down the middle a little bit. Then he rips it open all the way to kind of reveal the rest of his hairless chest. I'm like, maybe leave it.
But I hope to see Liv back in the ring after the 30 days is up. Because she hasn't been in the ring a long time.
No, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm. And I know. I mean, I am a Liv fan. I was a big Liv fan. But when I heard the news, I have to be honest, it took me by surprise. It really did. I didn't see that coming.
So Sean says you guys promote local wrestling. So Sean, I do have a local guy I want to get on the show. I just have to get in contact with him. And I also have an indie guy down in Florida I want to get on the show. I have to contact him as well. But also the ladies on the Keep It Real podcast, Mondays at 7:15 here on the Atomic Drop podcast. Cindy and Destiny, they usually have a lot of indie wrestlers on there or different guys like that. So be sure to check their show out Mondays, 7:15, and usually they have some really cool indie stuff on there.
Yeah, they're big on the indies. They're very big on the indies. Cindy and Destiny are very big on the
indies. Kenny Notel, please not no talk. Please not no talk tag team ? I don't know if that's a question or not. But tag team wise, we did talk Judgment Day. We did talk the Creed brothers.
DIY.
Imperium,
which I love. Imperium.
So we did talk a little bit of tag team.
The
tag team division is kind of it's a little quiet right now. It seems like, you know what I mean?
Yes, it is. It is, and it's not at the same time.
4 tag teams right now. They're the only ones that are really going hot.
There is a tag team I do miss though. I mean, I know he's by himself, but I do miss the Viking Raiders. I am a fan of the Viking Raiders.
Yeah. We got Eddie.
I know Ivar's by himself, but
Yeah, and so that's the one thing Eddie says. If she was driving while high from weed, that's a little problem. Just like driving drunk, that is a problem. But if it's just one of those things where she went and got tested and she tested hot, that's different. But if it's something where she got pulled over and got a DWI or DUI or whatever,
DUI, yeah,
driving under the influence of a controlled substance, that is a problem.
Do you think 30 days is fair?
Good night, Eddie.
Night. Thanks, bud.
Thanks for checking the show out. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate it very much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think 30 days is more than enough fair. I think like I said, it depends on what it was. If it's something a harder drug, I think it should be longer.
Okay.
But if it's just
Well,
weed and she just tested hot, you know,
it's a month. I mean, I think it's fair. I think a month's fair.
yeah, and she like if she just got tested just to get tested, like she has to like every month or every other month or whatever their performers have to, and she tested hot, I think 30 days is fair. But if it's something like he said where she was driving under the influence of a controlled substance, then it might have to be a little bit longer because that's some legal stuff that you have to clear up. But 30 days is more than enough.
I think so too. I just want to know if we'll ever see. Them's got to come back eventually, right? I mean.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Sean says, edit.
I mean, for her to be out this long, and then this happens to her,
that's a bummer.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't seen her in the ring in forever, and then all of a sudden she gets this. Will we see her again? It's a question. This is my question. I don't know.
We might see her again, but I don't know if it'll be in WWE right away.
Well, when's the Rumble?
The end of January sometime. I don't know the exact.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see her at the Rumble.
Maybe it would be pretty close to that 30-day deadline.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it cuts it close. Yeah, exactly.
Because like to the women, they have a Rumble match as well.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe she'll be in the Rumble match.
Hey, you never know.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying she's gonna win it,
but Sean says weed is only weird / us. Yes.
Okay.
Versus rest of world. Yes, Sean. Versus rest of world.
Yes, Sean. Correct. Yes. Yeah.
I agree. Whatever your toppings on Domino's is, it's probably magic mushrooms. That's why you're typing.
Tell the Domino's guy we said hi. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Dave, before we get the hell out of here?
I think we're good. I think we've covered everything. Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for checking the show out. Very much appreciate all the comments. Eddie, Sean, the guys from Twitter, Adam, thanks for checking the show out. We got another comment here. It's probably Sean.
We appreciate everybody commenting. We really do. It means a lot to us.
It's a lot of fun. It makes it fun for us. It makes it easier to talk. We enjoy the questions. Us. Okay. Say us first, the world. Us first.
Okay.
That's what.
Us first, the world.
Yep. And he's laughing. LOL. See, that's,
I think Sean loves us, big man.
Sean's a good dude. I like Sean.
Sean seems like a good guy.
He's a funny guy.
He's a part of the Tommy Top podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dave. Let's get out of here.
You got it.
Tell them whose game it is.
Everybody knows whose game this is. The Atomic Drop Podcast. Yeah.
See you guys later.